The concept of reverse psychology is a subject within social psychology, a branch of psychology. The term was coined by psychologist Jack Bream. Reverse psychology is a technique used to persuade someone to do something they don't want to do. In other words, by asking for the opposite of what we want, we attempt to get the other person to do what we desire. There are various forms of reverse psychology, such as prohibiting the target behavior, questioning the ability to perform the target behavior, and encouraging the opposite of the target behavior. Reverse psychology is essentially a manipulation technique. It can be used consciously or unconsciously. Psychological responses and resistance are part of the theory of reactance. Reverse psychology comes into play when individuals feel that their freedom is being taken away and that control is diminishing. Reverse psychology is evident in situations where a person's control mechanism is challenged and it becomes difficult to maintain control. An example of reverse psychology is the book Don't Think of a Pink Elephant. Even when we read the phrase, a pink elephant might come to mind. When we see "don't click here" in online ads, our mind wants to click on that text. Reverse psychology can have both positive and negative effects. Its positive effect is getting the desired behavior from another person. However, the person may not genuinely want to do it. An intrinsic motivation may not emerge. In other words, it provides only a temporary solution. When reverse psychology is used constantly, it can lead to burnout in behavior. Examples of reverse psychology. Reverse psychology is also a term used to increase motivation. For example, telling someone who is about to take an exam you won't pass anyway, we have no expectations of you, can actually motivate them to succeed. Sometimes it can be used to help individuals reach their goals. The individual's reaction to this situation is crucial. In some cases, it may not provide motivation and can lead to destruction. Let's consider a teacher recommending book X to their students. Most likely, many students will not read that book. How can the teacher use reverse psychology? By saying, "This book is great. Don't read it because it's a book for university students." Many students may end up reading that book. However, using reverse psychology on children and adolescents may not be a good idea. Research has shown that it can have negative outcomes for children and adolescents. Reverse psychology is frequently used as a marketing and sales technique. Another example involves saying negative things about topics that are important to us in order to elicit a positive response from the other person. Here, reverse psychology is employed to elicit defense and praise from others by speaking negatively about oneself. For instance, if someone says, "I didn't like this outfit today," they might be saying something negative about themselves to get the other person to say otherwise. How to apply reverse psychology? Here is a list of ways to use reverse psychology. Place a barrier to the target behavior. For example, "Don't do that" behavior. Discourage the target behavior, like saying, "You shouldn't do that." Say negative things about the target behavior, such as, "That's really bad. Who would want that?" Predict that the target person will not exhibit the target behavior. For instance, "You probably won't do that." Question the target person's ability to perform the target behavior, like, "You probably can't do that well." And finally, encourage the opposite of the target behavior. For example, "You should do this because it's much better." Who is more affected by reverse psychology techniques? Well, it is effective for those who like to be in control and value their sense of control. It works on individuals who tend to resist what they are told or suggested. It is more functional for those whose impulses come before logic. It affects those who value their inner voice and listen to it. Emotional people are significantly impacted. Overconfident individuals are also very susceptible to being influenced. It can be used on those who are easily influenced by their surroundings, particularly those who care a lot about what others think, such as, "What will the neighbors say?" What are the harms of reverse psychology? Since reverse psychology is a manipulation technique, there should be limits to the words you use. If you continue to apply it permanently, it can be harmful to yourself and those around you. You may be seen as an insecure person in your social circle. What you say may lose its significance. Your relationships can suffer. You may no longer be taken seriously. People may always question the suggestions you provide. What should be considered in reverse psychology techniques? It's essential to know the person you're applying reverse psychology to. Is their personality suitable for this? It's crucial not to cause destruction while trying to motivate. The goal should be to help the person in front of you. There is a fine line between helping and manipulating. It's important not to turn the situation into a debate. You cannot use this technique on everyone and every situation. Such techniques do not have the same effect on everyone. Some may respond positively, while others may not be affected at all. Don't forget your goal. You will be targeting the opposite of what you say. Avoid making reverse psychology a habitual behavior. If you're saying something to create a positive effect, you should strongly support your words and stand behind them. Adjust your tone of voice and the sentences you will say appropriately. Instead of using reverse psychology, you can opt for communication